you want to come back at the podium and take it away? Please give it up for Steve Frayser.
As Andreas said, I'm Steve Frayser. I'm the executive director here at Star Park. And I'll make one correction. If everything's going well, this is my building. If not, there's some other folks down the hall you can talk to. This is the anchor of our 58-acre research park. And we've initially focused here on moving companies quickly to market that are engaged in material sciences and life sciences. That's going to change as the capabilities of the university evolve as well, so that we know that our next generation of companies will embrace more hardware and software development opportunities. The companies we have here are engaged in wearable medical devices, point-of-care diagnostics, thermoelectrics, nanomaterials used in the next generation of high-definition screens, biomarkers, and DNA analytical tools. We've got a fairly broad spectrum. The thing that's unique about us is that we require anyone who is here to do something with Texas State above and beyond leasing space. And so there's a full integration that's occurring. The companies that are here have already funded in our 6 years of operation about $1.5 million worth of research back to Texas State. They've already hired 17 of our graduates, and at any point in time, there are 10 to 12 paid interns here. We're unique in the state of Texas in providing a research park that is deliberately being developed for a place there can be interaction between the university, government, industry, and nonprofit research institutions. Our more than 58 acres of vision here that has existed from day one is that we're a catalyst. We are a method of moving the best of what the university and academia can offer to marry it to the best of what business can offer and create a new set of tools from that. As Dr. Bourgeois said, over the next 2 decades, our intention is to build out over 600,000 square feet of space here that's dedicated to creating a critical mass of technology-driven companies. And we project that that employment will be somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 at build-out. We're going to make a fundamental difference in what is occurring in the central corridor of Texas between Austin and San Antonio. We're at the inception of launching that. First 2 buildings are up, the next 2 are in the planning stage, and in this market, we think it's going to be a dynamic opportunity. And having you here today is timely because it's a tapestry that has been woven but not fully embroidered. You get a chance to paint on a canvas that's almost empty. And we're looking for those folks like you that can become our partners as we move forward. So from inception, we're going to incorporate the notions of the technologies that are going to drive us in the future. That's going to be a dedicated part of how we approach building, not just the infrastructure, but the facilities themselves. We've got a working group that we've started. We're going to be putting together an implementation group as well. And some of the things we've already identified we want to pursue. And I throw these out there as notions that you could react to and encourage you to think of other things we have not thought of that we ought to be incorporating in our planning as we go forward. When I say planning, it's not traditional institutional planning. It's a recognition that we are moving at the speed of the marketplace, and we're going to have to react to the opportunities as they arise rather than saying 2 years from now we'll talk to you about something. It's going to bring us the notions, we figure out whether or not we can do it, and together we'll execute that plan. So some of the opportunities we've already identified are water and wastewater system design, metering, monitoring for operational characteristics, and predictive analysis. Sensor design, construction, and deployment for a variety of activities ranging from energy use in buildings to infrastructure performance. Development and deployment of a 5G network. Testing of autonomous technologies. Notice I didn't say autonomous vehicles. Autonomous technologies in a neighborhood and captive city environment. Energy production, storage, and distribution through the creation of a microgrid and its components. Development and employment of alternative building materials. Creation of robust data storage and analytical tools. As you heard last night, we are about to be drowned in our own productivity. And if we can't turn that into something that's usable, we may as well not have generated it. So we're looking for partners who will help us use this as a test bed to develop those tools as we go forward. Equally important, development of cybersecurity tools to protect that data, from its point of generation all the way through its storage and its distribution and use. Deployment of augmented, mixed, and virtual reality for infrastructure and facilities construction, planning, maintenance, and performance analytics. And finally, alternative water sourcing for facility functionality and landscaping. At this moment, we have a unique opportunity to create partnerships at the front end rather than trying to react to what's already been built in the environment. We don't know of anyone else in the country who has said, we're going to turn over a major university asset to joint collaborative opportunities with the private sector and other institutions from inception. And that's where we're headed, and that's where we want to tie ourselves with you. Frankly, from our point of view, the only limitations we're facing are limitations of imagination and commitment. And so we thank you for the opportunity to co-host this event with CMG. I'm looking forward to being here with you through the remainder of the summit, and I would encourage you to catch any of us from Texas State that you run into with thoughts, perspectives, and observations. You have an eager and attentive audience in our folks, and we see you as the thought leaders. We're not going to drive this. We're going to work with you in tandem to bring forward something that's never been done in Texas and in the world so that we can make a major impact on the region, on the nation, and the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.